What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Guys Being Dudes. I am your host today, MC Tyler T. We'd like to thank KSLU for allowing us to be here. But first, we're going to list off the topics, then we're going to do introductions. So we're going to be talking about whether we're team iPhone or Android. We're also going to be throwing out the worst purchases we've ever made, and I've got a few of those. We're going to be talking about our favorite class structures, so whether it's essay heavy, test heavy, whatever kind of classes you like. Also talk about our favorite musicals, and then we're going to be talking about sarcasm versus explicit conversation, like which one are you choosing? If you're stuck in a box, what's your go-to? Food, weapons, or something else? And for that, I'm MC Tyler T, a.k.a. Tyler Thomas, with...
I'm Stephanie Gabrie.
Cameron. Yeah.
That's it?
It's never going to change.
It's never going to change.
I mean, let's wait.
You haven't thought about, just changing your name for fun? Have y'all ever, thrown around the concept of if you change your name, what would you change your name to?
I've definitely.
I
will keep it a surprise for later. I told you I'm working on it.
Oh, so you are changing your name. You're in the process of.
Yeah.
I actually have never ever thought
I'm
of
workshopping it.
I've thought about it a lot, but I don't have a name that I'd like to change to.
Trash boat.
Trash boat?
Trash boat. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Trash boat. I like it. I like the enthusiasm.
Imagine the power
I'd say
that you emanate.
Tenacity behind that name, just having something that's yours. Trash.
If you write trash boat on a check or someone calls out your name, it's out of the blue.
And they try to tell you it's not you, but it is.
It is. It's your name. It's on your birth certificate.
I like my name, y'all.
It's a nice name.
I like Stephanie. It's a nice name.
Thank you.
All right, so first topic of the day is one that's a pretty heated debate nowadays, now that Android actually has a leg in the race. But are you team iPhone or team Android? And, not just because you own the phone, but, you have reasons that you support one company or the other. So, Stephanie, iPhone or Android?
Listen. I think iPhone, personally.
Okay.
I tried Android once, and I couldn't, work with it. And I got an iPhone finally, and then I was just like, oh, it's easier for me to manage.
Yeah.
But I gotta give its perks to Android. They have really upgraded. There are some phones
I feel that.
I have seen, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Number one, storage wise, those phones, my goodness gracious. But I really, 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 really do like iPhones. I gotta say, team iPhone.
For sure. Okay, Cameron.
Well, I guess it's just a matter of I have not had the input of an iPhone for a while. I haven't had one since probably senior year of high school. I've had some form of Android for a while. I just got a new one, a J7 that was used, and honestly, it's working pretty well. The last one worked okay for a while until it just stopped being a good thing. But it hasn't cracked on me. I don't know why, but Android phones are apparently pretty resilient, especially the one I had. It survived 4 or 5 years of just being dropped all the time, and it never once cracked. Maybe it was just the case I had on it, but I always had it uncovered. The screen was never protected.
I drop my phone all the time, and I haven't cracked a phone since 2015.
All my Apple products have shattered in one way or another.
See, mine haven't. I've owned one Android phone, and the rest iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why I'm team iPhone over team Android. I like all my things in uniformity. So I like having my apps in a linear pattern on a screen. Say we have 6 rows, 4 apps per row. Can't change it. You can have less per row, and you can have less rows.
You can do that with Android,
but there's
too.
Still a space for, but you can change it around in Android.
Can I just say, I guess one actual advantage Androids have is, I guess, a little bit more third-party support.
I don't care about that.
Because iPhones force you to do almost everything Apple-wise. It's always iTunes. It's always Apple this thing or another. But
I don't think
Androids,
that's true. I've never once used iTunes.
Same.
Well,
Same
still.
here.
Since 2013.
Well, do you use Apple Music or I guess Spotify?
I use Spotify.
Yeah,
I use
same
Spotify
here.
as well.
But it's they encourage first-party stuff more, and you can't get a bunch of stuff in the Apple App Store that you can get on the Android App Store.
I don't think there's much of a difference now as there was back in the day. Back in the gap, I feel like it's pretty okay now. You can get most of the things you can do on.
Honestly,
Android
one of the things that I guess the first thing that comes to mind are emulators. it's impossible
So
to
illegal
download.
ways to play things.
I mean, questionably.
So we're going into
No, they're on the Android App Store and they're perfectly legal. The emulators themselves are perfectly legal. They
I
are.
don't think it is.
The technology itself is perfectly legal and they're allowed to be sold on the App Store.
Yeah, but what they're playing
Yeah, but
on those emulators.
it's a gray
Very
area.
Okay, so I'm Team iPhone. Of
Team
course,
iPhone.
I said that.
I'll be the only Team Android just because I haven't
and
had
I'll
an
be
iPhone
Team
for a while.
iPhone until Android blows me away, or iPhone stops blowing me away.
Touche.
So that's how it'll be for me. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. What is the worst purchase you have personally ever made? Rate them. What have you done that was just like looking back, it was like, wow, I shouldn't have done that.
I don't know. I like to think that I'm satisfied in most of my purchases. I'd have to think about that.
So this is a bit of a throwback. I hope you'll like this story. So I was like around 12 to 14, and I wanted to save up for a phone so bad. Like
Okay.
I wanted to buy my own iPhone. Like
Feel
wanted that, and I wanted to be
feel
able
that.
to be like, I bought it.
Mhm.
The thing is, I was saving up money, and I feel like I never saved enough. And I grew desperate, and I didn't buy an iPhone. I bought an iPad mini instead.
That's not an iPhone.
I know that's not an iPhone. I'm aware, but
Did you
I
try to call somebody and be like, oh, I can't?
no, it's not. Okay, this is the thing though. I wanted to get the iPhone, but I did not have enough money at the time to buy that iPhone. And I had enough money to buy the iPad mini, and I was so desperate. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's still an Apple product, really good product. I'm going to buy it. And I bought it, and I still have that iPad mini. It's basically worth, maybe $30 right now, because it was the first iPad mini that it ever came out. But
$30 is a stretch. I'll give you a $5 bill for it.
there you go. Yeah.
That's how much I'd pay for an old iPad mini.
But yeah.
So that's, wow.
Yeah.
An iPad mini. Okay, my worst purchase just happened a couple days ago, actually.
Oh no.
So this
So
video
this
game
is just
came out.
an excuse for you to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. This video game
Let it
came
out
out
your
called
chest.
Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019. And we were swindled. We thought this game was going to be fun. It was going to have a lot of features, and it was going to have cool features. But no, when it came out, it was a $30 steaming pile of poo.
No.
It was the worst game I've ever purchased. I paid $30 for it, and I haven't played it since the first 3 days.
Wait, who's Doug Flutie?
He is a former NFL quarterback.
Well, there you go. He's a former NFL quarterback.
It was a video game. He
I
designed
know.
it.
If that's the people they're picking to advertise the video game.
He's pretty popular, but it's his. It's not the people they're picking him to advertise
Yeah.
the football game. He's the one designing the football game. Like it's
I
his group of people.
You sure he's like the primary designer and everything? He
well, I
learned
mean,
a bunch
like,
of coding.
He's the owner of the company that designed the game,
That's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Doug Flutie. That's a good name.
and it sucks. It's not good. It is the worst thing I've ever spent money on. It is the only thing that I've never gotten any use out of whatsoever. It's horrible. But also, I had to pay $120 for a stop sign ticket that I didn't run.
Well, that's not really a purchase. That's a fee.
It's a purchase.
What did you purchase? What did you get out of it?
Pain.
Someone else got something out of it. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about classes, right? There are tons of classes on campus. Tons of classes to choose from. And tons of ways classes are structured. What's your favorite class structure? Do you like a lot of essays? Do you like a lot of tests? Do you like a lot of quizzes and homeworks and then a few tests? How do you like it? What's your perfect balance? Go ahead, Steph.
Okay. I love having homework. And I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, why would you like homework?
Get off my podcast.
But
Get out of here.
I have a good reason, because I feel personally like if I practice something to an extent and I actually like it, like per se, I took one of my communication classes and I just love it because this is my major, and I practice a lot of it during homeworks and I get these tests, I'll be like, okay, that's cool. Because I'm not a test person. I hate tests with burning passion. So I would prefer to actually do work than,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. So, Cameron.
Not homework. Never. Ever. Unless it's very simple homework. I guess quizzes. I like quizzes. I like having plenty of time to get okay grade. And those quizzes help work towards the test, which is just like a bit harder version of it. Like it prepares you for the material that's going to be on the thing that is on the bigger thing. Strangely enough, Spanish has always been a pain in my side in my time here, but I've always
It's an
liked.
entirely different language that we're not supposed to know.
Well, also teachers.
We speak English.
Not to throw shade.
One language. Stephanie
like-
is an outlier because she speaks fluent Spanish. We don't.
Yeah, well,
I feel like
it's
the-
more teaching styles, honestly.
I feel like the human brain is only supposed to know one language.
That's very ethnocentric of you, Tyler.
I
And
just
frankly,
feel like
I'm offended.
that's how the brain
I'm putting it
works.
all on my own brain and then the teaching styles of the people.
Well,
but
it may
like
just be my brain, but
in my
I don't
last
think that my body is made to know another language.
in my last semester,
It has nothing to do with Spanish.
my last
No, it's just people. There's people who just don't. They don't have an interest. For example, I love Spanish. I love English, but I'm open to learn more languages. Like I'm a language person. I love that.
I'm gonna speak English for the rest of my life, and that's my language.
Hey, at least I understand you. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
I don't
Look,
know.
I gotta talk to somebody else. I will literally type what I want into my phone, and then say it,
I don't
or
know.
get Siri to say it. There are ways.
I can be your
I'd
personal
like to
Google
know Spanish
Translate.
more.
Don't worry, bro.
I
got
feel like
you.
it'd be a valuable set of information, but I never had like the full motivation. Like I was just trying to go like bit by bit per class, just get through it. But like I was saying, in my last semester of Spanish, to be honest, I had a pretty good model. It's like you get some quizzes here on this material, and this is going to be on the test, and the test is just like an expanded version of the quiz. I like that system. I like quizzes that prepare you for the big test. That way you don't worry about either, really. Or you worry less.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite class structure that I've ever taken, I took this teacher 3 times, and he had the most independently awesome class structure I've ever had. 8 quizzes, all true false. 4 tests, all true false. That was the entire class.
That sounds almost impossible for
3
most other
times.
classes.
3 times, and it was my favorite class structure I've ever had.
Wow.
I loved it because I'm pretty good at true false. It was great. It was so much fun. That class was so great. I learned so much.
I mean, you're bound to get at least 50%.
This is true. Well, he would have it would be true false and then throw in some multiple choice too. But mostly true false.
I
Awesome.
get choked up on true false sometimes.
I loved them. Okay. What's your guys' favorite musical?
Now, are we talking movies? Are we talking Broadway?
We're talking
Are we
musicals.
talking television?
We're talking musicals. I don't care what sub-genre it is. It's a musical.
So, I mean medium.
Whatever.
We're in a communication class together. We're talking about medium. The medium is the message, Tyler.
I don't think that applies here.
I think it does. What's yours?
I have so many in my head. But one that is I know it's really cheesy, but I really like Mamma Mia. I really like that. I like
I like
Wicked.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, here we go again.
And and I also really like one called Anastasia. It's based on that movie that
I don't like Anastasia.
Really?
But I
Wait,
see why
there's-
people do like it.
We're
really
talking about the movie, or
Well,
there's a
the
play
movie-
based on it?
actually based on the movie it became a Broadway show, and I personally really like the casting about for it, and that made me love it even more. But yeah.
I don't know anything about the Broadway show, but I think it's interesting. I do know about it, it exists.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
know
The Broadway
casting
show,
for it.
they added more songs. It's different. I would see why you don't like it, but it they put a different aspect to it.
I've honestly
It's pretty
never
cool.
watched Anastasia in the movie.
I did when I was a kid.
Uh,
Hi, Cameron. Favorite musical?
Favorite musical? And I say Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. 'Cause that's a whole series. That's a musical. That's a lot of good songs. I think they forward the plot. They're fun, hilarious, they're raunchy,
Sure.
they're fun.
Okay.
Phineas,
That's a good answer.
it's Phineas and Ferb count as a musical?
I don't think so.
Well, then, no, it's basically the same thing. Why would you allow Crazy Ex-Girlfriend to be a musical and
Because
not
I
Phineas
don't
and
know what
Ferb?
it is.
Phineas and Ferb?
I know what finishing
Oh.
verb is.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is it's about a woman that sort of has she has some mental problems.
Okay.
Okay,
So
it's hard to
I'm
explain.
gonna cut down musical to this. I don't think an episodic, something.
But there's
episodic can be a musical.
there's 2 or 3 songs an episode, and they're all original, and they're all great. They're all huge
Sure.
produced numbers.
I'll give it to you.
I'm just choosing 60 different musicals,
Okay.
and I don't know, the Muppet Movie.
Okay.
What about you, Tyler?
This may sound crazy because it's like recently new, like 2015.
I know, I
Oh,
know,
no.
I know it. The
Don't-
Greatest Showman.
My favorite
Don't
musical's
you dare.
Hamilton.
Is it
Oh,
Hamilton?
okay.
I thought it was gonna be The Greatest Showman. Because
I would
it's
have
so
punched
crazy.
you. It's the Greatest Showman.
I really do like The Greatest Showman. I thought it was really good.
I like
I'm a big Broadway musical theater guy. Have been
Gotcha.
since I was a kid. And like Hamilton's like the only musical that has transformed my life from the inside out. Like it's my most played songs on Spotify.
That's really cool.
And like I don't know, I just love it. Like everything about it. Like I'm going to see it in 2021.
Aw.
Like everything about it,
I've always wanted to
Love
get
Wait,
involved
2021,
with it.
man, that's a long-term investment.
I
I'll,
haven't bought tickets yet, Cameron.
Yeah, it's still like a long-term. Just man, me in 2 years.
I mean,
gonna
that's
be great.
they just announced the next New Orleans tour for 2021.
This is gonna be
I've
a.
thought
They
about going to
did?
Chicago to see it. Yeah,
This is gonna be a great 3 hours 2 years from now.
can't wait.
Does Transformers the movie count as a musical? I mean, none of the characters sing, but all the music is original to the movie, and they play at intermediate turns. There's a reprise. I think it counts as a musical as much as Mamma Mia.
Okay. The next topic is what are we talking about? If you were to you have to eliminate one from your life. Sarcasm,
Never.
which is more of an implicit type of talk, or being super serious, which is more explicit.
I mean, super serious.
Like
but you wouldn't be taken seriously at all. Like
well,
whatever
it's
you
it's
say.
kind of like
Is this like eliminating sincerity completely?
If you think
yeah.
of it, yeah.
So like you have to eliminate one or the other. Like so like you could never be sarcastic. No one can ever have sarcasm again, or you can never be serious again.
Well, no, you have to be sincere just for proper communication.
Cameron, it's a hypothetical.
I'm
So
saying
I'm asking you which
sarcasm,
one.
that's flavor. Sarcasm is flavor. Sincerity is how you communicate.
I'm sure that if sincerity didn't exist, we could find a way to communicate through sarcasm.
That sounds awful.
It does sound awful. So are you choosing sarcasm to go?
I mean, I never want to lose sarcasm. I thought that was just like going to be your preference. Like, I can never give up sarcasm
No,
personally.
you have to eliminate one from existence.
But you can't, like, with everyone, you can't get rid of sincerity.
Okay,
That's
so you're
just-
saying sarcasm?
I mean, I'm not sure how we would do, like, peace talks with nothing
have-
but sarcasm.
I have not once, and I don't think this question was built for that, thought long-term political moves. Like, I haven't
Yeah, I'm
thought
saying-
into the ramifications of this. It's just, think of the most innocent, practical application, maybe a conversation at Starbucks. Think of what you would want to eliminate. Sarcasm or sincerity?
I'm gonna be super honest, because if I'm sarcastic the whole time, people won't take seriously what I'm saying.
but
So
everyone's being sarcastic in this situation.
are they? They are being
everyone
sarcastic.
is.
Everyone.
You're not just
There's no-
eliminating for yourself. You're eliminating from like
everyone.
existence,
Oh,
vernacular.
existence. Oh. Oh. Whoa.
This is
whoa,
a very
whoa.
high concept.
Okay, I personally love being sarcastic. I'm sarcastic most of the time, but I have to go.
No,
to
really?
No.
But I think I have to go with the serious one because it's like I feel like if everyone is sarcastic, is it like
I want to live.
But if everyone is sarcastic, is anyone sarcastic?
that's like exactly. It's just like
That doesn't make any sense. You're being sarcastic.
I wasn't being sarcastic. Or
Wait,
was
no,
I?
no.
oh my gosh.
Okay, so I would choose sarcasm.
You should,
Like, I would keep sarcasm. I think that would be so much fun to live an entire day in a world where
Oh, a
there's-
day. We're talking just a day.
Well, like, I'd probably.
I'm
kill
saying
it.
we'd have to
Yeah.
live with this forever.
Yeah, well, you had to live with this forever.
That'd be awful. I
Okay,
couldn't last a
but
day.
I'm saying, like, I'm envisioning myself. I'd love to just spend a day speaking in nothing but sarcasm.
Yeah, but you built
But
this.
if I had to live life with just sincerity, it'd be boring. Life would be boring. So I'm choosing sarcasm.
That is
At
true.
least
It's flavor.
at least through communication, it would be interesting.
yeah.
I could maybe last a day. It would get annoying near the end.
Yeah, but
And-
not having sincerity in it. Like, sincerity without sarcasm would get annoying too. Because everything would be boring.
Yeah. But, like I said, it's the salt on language. It's a sentence enhancer.
I didn't think it needed to be that deep. I don't think anybody thinks it.
Oh, well, we're all talking about language. We're communication students, aren't we?
All right, so you're stuck in a box or a cage. What's your first go-to item? Like, what do you choose to quench your need in that moment in the box, in the cage? Go.
Imagination.
So, okay.
That's all you need.
You always have
Trapped
that.
in a
Though.
box.
You can always have that. No one can
What do you
take
mean?
that from you unless they kill
Okay.
you.
What type of cage is this?
One you can't get out of.
One that I cannot get out of. Not even if I summon the right item, I cannot get out of this.
Mm-mm.
Huh. That's an interesting question.
A box of scraps.
You won't die in this cage, though. I'll add that. You will not die in this cage. This cage is not your death.
Okay.
No, what I need is to be stuck in a cave with a box of scraps. I'll make myself an Iron Man suit. I'll get right out of there.
But you can't leave. I'm saying you cannot leave the cage.
Well, who's keeping me there?
The cage.
The cage. Is this just a metaphysical prison?
Sure.
Am I sentenced there
You
by
cannot
God?
leave the cage.
But I have to only have one thing in there.
You get to choose
This is
one
just
thing.
entertain yourself for all eternity.
Either that, you can eat.
But
What do you mean
okay,
eat?
are we
Like
being
eat?
The
fed?
first thing.
Okay.
Your first go-to. What are you choosing in the box?
Okay, what is this box? Is this like a...
Do I have service in this box?
All right, guys. Thank you
No,
for listening
no,
to Guys Being
let's
Dudes
break this
week.
down.
We don't
Or
need,
is this
I don't
like-
understand. I don't understand why you guys are breaking it down.
No, I'm wondering, is this like a punishment
Just
by God?
choose something.
I will choose a phone because if I'm there the whole
Okay, that's a
time,
really good answer because you have so many things on that phone.
Exactly.
There's no cell service. Do you get a charger?
you
Do
don't
you get
know
a
if
charger
there's
with the phone?
That's the thing, Cameron. You do not know.
You're
if
assuming in a world that it is
Exactly.
like now.
No,
you have cell service.
I'm wondering. Okay, is this
A
an
phone with a
actual
charger.
physical
Disclaimer.
box? Is this like a punishment by
Yes.
God? Are we stuck there forever? How long are we there?
For
What
the
are we
sake
there?
of this, you don't know how long you're there.
But
This is the first day.
in the first day,
This is
am
your
I gonna
first
get
go-to.
something new every day, or just for all eternity?
I don't know. This is your first go-to.
First
You
go
don't
to.
know.
I would go phone personally because I have access to so many. If I'm alone in that cage, which I most likely assume that I will be, I can FaceTime my family and just be like, I miss y'all, but it's like I have some sort of like contact with the outside world.
Well, with that, you get every perk that comes with the phone.
Okay, thank
Except
you.
for like
Like-
food delivery. That would be too OP.
Like the CIA can
Because you
track
can't
you.
bring food into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cage.
You can call the police.
Well,
But
like-
are we? Oh yeah, I'll choose phone. I'll choose phone. Who am I kidding?
All right.
I'll call the
Cameron,
police to see where I am with my phone.
They can't get you out of the cage.
I mean, they can get. Where's the cage? Can they not track me? The CIA has to help. They can track
They
all
can.
our
They
phones.
can all come to you. They cannot get you out of the cage. You're stuck in the cage.
This is a very weird scenario.
I don't understand what you don't understand about being stuck in the cage.
Well, I'm just wondering. I can't make any long-term decisions. I don't want to use up my one decision in the short term. Like, I don't know,
You're stuck in
eliminate.
a cage. You can't get out of the cage. What's the first thing you get?
Just choose one.
I guess a phone so I could try and call people. That would be my
But
immediate
they
reaction.
can't get you out of the cage. So you're still going
Well,
with the phone?
Can they?
Well,
bring-
that's the thing. In the moment, I don't know if they can't get me out of the cage.
No,
'cause
you
I'm just
are
in the
aware
cage.
that they. I just told. What I'm telling you is what you're aware of. You cannot get out of the cage.
Okay. So I just gotta pass the time? How big's the cage? Is there a toilet?
Sure, I'll give you a toilet.
Okay. thank you.
It's just the outside. You have to throw your poo through the.
Ew. Mm.
That's a big of a TMI.
I don't know. 3DS is pretty nice.
3DS.
Just to see. I'll take phone.
My
I'm-
answer is I'm asking for my girlfriend.
Oh, that's the sweetest.
Once you hear my reasoning, it's not.
Because you trapped her in the box now.
I want her in the box with me.
Oof.
So, like,
You
she's
are
trapped, of
smart.
course. She doesn't get an opportunity to not be trapped. But I have her with me, so not only do I have a source of entertainment,
That's one
I
way
have a
of
source
looking
of
at
love
it.
and affection.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna love and affect you that much when
And
she figures
if we
things
die
out.
together, we die together. But we were in the cage.
Till the end of the line.
I
Quite
don't
literally.
think she would appreciate that, to be completely honest.
Maybe not. But that's my choice. All right, guys. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Guys Being Dudes. We'd like to thank KSLU for allowing us to come here. Also, if you're in the area on Thursday, October 17th at 6 p.m. in the Student Union Room 2207, we're going to be having our annual video game tournament. We'll have Apex Legends, NBA 2K20, Madden 20, I think Super Smash Bros, maybe some Mario Kart, maybe some Call of Duty. We'll
There
see.
better be. Mario Kart, I don't care about Call of Duty.
But please come out and support. It's $5 per tournament, also $5 free play. It's an awesome fundraiser, so please come out and support. There'll be food, maybe some karaoke. Come out and have a good time. But for...
Stephanie Gabrie.
Hey, you did it this time.
Wait.
Cameron.
And Tyler Thomas, we'll be seeing you next time. Thanks so much, guys, for listening.
I am so tired. Jeez, I'm barely functioning.
Stuck in this cage.
I gotta head out.